Well, we're just getting set here from Westchester, Pennsylvania at the Ice Line Quad Rinks Arena. Started this stream just a little bit early. Excuse me, the stream started, but my voice hasn't. We're not due to drop the puck for the first period here for another 8 minutes. So just stand by, enjoy a little bit of extra empty ice time here. And if you're watching this stream on tape delay, know that you can probably fast forward about 8 minutes or so into the stream to get to puck drop for the first period. Thanks so much. You're watching Midnight Sports. Stick around. 8 more minutes or so. Well, welcome on back to the Ice Line Quad Rinks Arena here in Westchester, PA. The teams have taken the ice to start their warm-ups. The clock is starting to roll. 2 minutes and 33 seconds left to go here in the warm-ups. And you may be experiencing a case of deja vu as the New York City Falcons take on the Brandywine Outlaws this morning, if you watched last night on Midnight Sports. But nothing's changed in the Matrix. This is a different Brandywine Outlaws team. This is the Brandywine Outlaws #1 16U-A team. And so it'll be a whole new contest here for the Falcons as they look to increase their win column from 1 to 2. They took on the Brandywine Outlaws #2 team last night, winning 6-0 in a contest that was initially closer than the score indicates. But the Falcons got some good looks and potted some good goals, and they're happy with their win. This Brandywine Outlaws team lost yesterday afternoon 6-4 to the South Jersey Stingers, the third team the Falcons will face in this round-robin portion of the tournament tonight at 7 p.m. right here on Midnight Sports. But don't let that score fool you. The Outlaws took a 2-goal lead early in that game. They were up 4-2 until the Stingers came storming back to finish out that game 6-4. In any event, still a minute to go here on warm-ups. We'll give you an extended look in, put on some royalty-free music. Enjoy. We'll be back with Puck Drop in just a minute. All right, some last-minute instruction at the benches and by the goal cages, and we get set here for a puck drop. in period one, game two of the Denis Duplanti Memorial Tournament. This one from Westchester, Pennsylvania at the Ice Line Quad Rinks Arena. We're on rink one here, one of the nicer ones certainly. As the Falcons get set, it'll be Berliner and Samosi with Finkelstein as the forwards. Looks to be O'Day and Platt as the defenders out to open this game up. 13 minutes put on the board. We'll do our best to remember to start and stop the clock here at Midnight Sports. Gets a little cold in these rinks, and sometimes the buttons don't work without enough heat in the hand. Either way, scorekeeper checked, goalies checked, and we're off and running here at the quad rinks. Falcons win that back to their own blue line, work forward through Samosi in the neutral zone. Puck goes all the way in the offensive zone, and now Berliner fires in to chase the puck at the near dot. Flipped out of the zone, not yet, by the Outlaws. That shot comes in, saved nicely. Berliner on the follow-up, and we get a quick stoppage in play there. Just 18 seconds into this one, Falcons get a couple quick shots on goal. Nothing too threatening for the Brandywine netminder, and we'll get a face-off in the offensive zone at the far dot. Same line stays out there for the Falcons. It's Berliner looking to win this over toward the slot. Told to back up, put his mouth guard in. A little bit of a talk there from the official. Puck's dropped, and it's won by Berliner. Over to the half wall, comes into the slot. Samosi turns, tries to fire with it. Rolls off his stick, so he gathers it, dumps it in deeper. Now Finkelstein on the puck behind the net, tries a wraparound. Puck just hops off his stick, and Brandywine looks to break out. Can't get past the far point, though, as it's dumped right back in by O'Day. It's the Outlaws trying to recover the puck. Comes to Finkelstein, shoots a nice save there by the Brandywine netminder, and now the Outlaws throw it to the far point. Puck sits there, long shot comes in from O'Day, hops up into the blue paint. No Falcon there to tuck it home just yet. Finkelstein throws that into the slot. Berliner desperate to find it. Brandywine gets there first. They flip it up to the blue line, and now it's out of the zone. Brandywine through the neutral zone. The Outlaws are with momentum. And now the puck rolls into the slot. It's shepherded just wide of the cage by O'Day. Nicely settled a rolling puck. Takes the puck behind his own net. And now looks up ice. Finds Samosi in the neutral zone. The Falcons will change behind the play here as Samosi comes through the neutral zone all alone. He's into the offensive zone. It's a 1-on-5, but he's bought his team time to change, that is. Now the puck comes up to Platt. He shoots. Oh, that puck was deflected down. A nice save by the Outlaws, and the puck sent right back out of the zone. It's Marchuka on the ice now. He's got Platt out there with him, and Marchuka will touch up here for the icing, and we'll get a stoppage in play with 11:31 left to go here in the first period. It's going to be an offensive zone draw for the Falcons. It's been all Falcons, but they haven't found the back of the net just yet. Shots 4-0 in favor of the team from Long Island City. Puck's dropped. One forward by the Falcons. Shot comes in, goes over the cage. Falcons will have to collect at the far half wall. It's Vigliotti over at the far half wall, passing it to himself, getting a shot into the slot. Pass comes in. Oh, just can't pull the trigger, could the Falcons. And Brandywine looks to collect behind their own net. They're on the puck momentarily until Vigliotti gets it back, looks to pass it up to the near point. He does. Puck comes all the way up to Marchuka. Marchuka settles it there, dumps it in deeper as he was forechecked by the Outlaws. Puck now all the way into the zone. And it's Berliner who turns with it, dumps it deeper. Falcons give chase. Vigliotti gums up any exit zone pass and works that puck a little bit deeper until Brandywine comes over, takes the puck, and they'll skate it out of their end. Brandywine with some speed. It's a 2-on-4. They're trying to dangle a man. Brandywine nearly gets into the slot, but can't get past O'Day and his defensive pair. O'Day now on the puck at the far half wall. He'll pass that puck. It just comes out a little bit, and Brandywine looking to tuck that home on a wraparound. Can't get out in front, but the puck does come out to the near point. Puck comes all the way to the near point. Shot comes in. It's deflected wide of the cage, and the Falcons will look to pick up now through O'Day. O'Day on the puck, on the forehand, skating that out. Strong stick gets that puck all the way out of the zone. He's with speed now through the neutral zone into the offensive zone. He hesitates there, looks for support on the trailer. He finds that support. Shot comes in. It's saved, and then the shot goes in for the Falcons. Oh my, that's a Falcons goal at 10:08. Left to go here in the first. The Falcons get on the board first. My, oh my. Falcons tucked home the rebound there as it sat in the blue paint. And they go up a goal early here in Westchester, PA. Ensuing faceoff. Falcons look to win this back, continue their momentum. Brandywine wins it forward, but only so far is Vigliotti, who pours into the offensive zone on the backhand, works that puck in deep, tries to work it back up to the point for a slapper. Instead, it's cut out by Brandywine. Brandywine's got a little verve now in their step, trying to bounce back quickly here on the Falcons. Falcons dump that in. Vigliotti on the forecheck now in the near corner. Goes around the net. And Brandywine is able to get that puck all the way out of the zone. A deflection means there's going to be no icing here as the puck comes all the way behind the net. Speaker settles it for his defenseman. And now Falcons will turn. That's Platt behind the net. Platt on the puck, trying to work that up and out of the zone. He gets it to the far half wall. Puck sits there momentarily. Vigliotti looking for Samosi just out of his reach. And so Brandywine will collect in their own end. They look to go point to point. And they do on a backhand drop pass. Brandywine with some time as the Falcons made a few changes there. And Brandywine will come forward at their own blue line with the puck. They get the puck under control. They're in the neutral zone, looking to come weak side. They do. A nice play there. Falcons able to cut that out through O'Day, though, and force a dump in. And now it's Finkelstein on the puck. He blows a tire at the end wall there. Might have been a stick. No arm raised, though. And we play on. Falcons able to work that out of the zone. They're into the neutral zone, but without possession. Brandywine dumps that right back in. And now it'll be the Falcons picking up the puck. Coming on the weak side diagonal pass over towards Samosi. Nearly dangles his man, instead picked up by another Falcon right into the offensive zone. Into the zone they come, and the shot comes in. Oh, it's saved nicely there by the Outlaws. It was O'Day with the shot from the far point. Now Samosi gets to work. He's at the far half wall. He dumps that in deeper. Berliner will collect, and the puck sits there at the far corner until Brandywine jams it farther, but not out of the zone. Comes all the way over to O'Day. O'Day on the wrister, shoots, saved nicely by the left leg pad of the Outlaws netminder. Some heavy hitting at the near half wall in the offensive zone. The Falcons will track back to pick this puck up, get possession, and get it settled. The Falcons back there trying to work the puck out of the zone. It's at the near offensive half wall for the Outlaws, and it'll be O'Day again picking up the puck on the forehand, going behind his own net. Speaker warns him there's a man coming. He looks up, and a nice hit. Does O'Day lay on that man? The Falcons now work it through the neutral zone, all the way into the offensive zone. It's Berliner waiting for the return pass. Puck sits at the far half wall. Heavy hit there. Still no arm raised as the Outlaws play on. Outlaws try to get that puck out of the zone. They sit in the slot. They do eventually jam that out of the zone. It's going to come all the way down. We have an arm raised here for icing, and we get it. So, with 7:38 left to go in the first period, it's going to be an offensive zone draw. And despite the Falcons' push early on here in the first, plenty of shots, 6 shots to 1 for the Outlaws. Falcons just with the 1-goal lead so far. They'll look to capitalize here on the offensive zone draw. It's Berliner over the dot. He's got Finkelstein to his right, Vigliotti to his left. Brandywine wins that back, and they'll look to skate this out of the zone. They can't get past Vigliotti, though, on the initial try, and Vigliotti keeps it in again and gives chase. Puck comes up to the near point. He tries a slapper, doesn't get all of it, but he does retain possession of the puck, at least momentarily. Now it's Platt pinching in, going all the way toward the cage. Puck sits there momentarily, and then it's tucked home by Sam Berliner. That's a Falcons goal. Now some heavy lifting there by Platt to get that puck near the net. Tried to thread one up and over the shoulder. Instead, caught just a piece of the netminder, but Berliner there to tuck home the rebound. And with 7:14 left to go here in the first period, the Falcons do capitalize, and they double their lead to 2. Ensuing face-off at center ice here. Samosi awaits the pass. Instead, it comes to an Outlaw who tries to work that puck forward in the offensive zone. They do. They're in the slot, are the Outlaws. They turn, they curl, comes over to another Outlaw. They try a behind the back through the legs pass. Speaker way out of his crease there to cut down on any side angle, and we'll get a stoppage in play as he covers up with 7 minutes even left to go here in the first. Falcons look to win this face-off back. Instead, Brandywine comes away with it, tries to get a shot off. Bouncing puck doesn't go anywhere other than just in the front of the crease, and now it's guided safely over by Marchuka to the far corner. Shot hits Speaker's shoulder on the ensuing behind-the-back shot by the Outlaws. No purchase there, though, as the puck rolls all the way to the near corner. Now the Outlaws able to keep that puck in the zone. They shoot it long and wide, looking for a deflection. So instead, it'll come to O'Day, who settles that puck down over toward Marchuka. Marchuka on the puck now. He's going to skate through the defensive slot. He's got the puck. He'll buy time. He curls back around as the Outlaws had left the zone entirely. Tries a long pass. Connects with Samosi. Samosi picks that puck up again in the neutral zone. He's into the offensive zone. He's got Finkelstein on his left. He tries a shot as the passing lane was totally jammed up. Puck sent all the way to the far point. O'Day lasers one in. Kicked aside there by the Brandywine netminder again. Falcons will pick up again. It comes over to O'Day. O'Day on the puck. Sends another one in. Nice deflection in front. Rolling puck in the blue paint. Still there. Finally tucked home by Eli Finkelstein. That's a Falcons goal. Oh my. Well, O'Day with several shots from the far point. And that puck was bouncing in the blue paint. And it was tucked home by Eli Finkelstein to increase the Falcons' lead to 3 with 5:59 left to go here in the first. Well, ensuing face-off after some jawing between the officials and the players trying to get off. Figliotti breaks into the offensive zone, saved nicely by the Outlaws netminder, and the puck kept in the zone, though, by the Falcons. Falcons looking for some purchase. It's Savell over through the slot. Can't find a stick, but Figliotti cuts out the zone exit, picks up the puck, tries a slapper, just misses the cage there. Comes all the way to the near half wall now as it's picked up again by Platt. Platt sends that rink wide, and now it's touched farther by O'Day. Rubs his man out of the play. But the puck does eventually come out of the zone, and the Falcons will have to set up there. Berliner receives that diagonal pass, just rolls off his stick, but the Falcons are able to keep the zone again. They're in the slot, are the Falcons, getting on the forehand, looking to send that back into the slot, and it's tucked up, and it gets caught in the netminder's equipment. Let's see what the call here is, as the Outlaws having some words with Berliner, who is right around the blue paint, but that puck was stopped by the Outlaws netminder. It was a sneaky shot there as it took a deflection, crawled up the Outlaws goalie's shoulder. And yet, we have a face-off here in the offensive zone for the Falcons. It'll be Berliner at the near dot to take this one. Looking to win this on the backhand up to the near point. He does. Just a bit too far, though, as the Falcons will turn. Outlaws trying to get a break going there, and instead it's cut out by Vigliotti and his defensive partners. That puck takes a deflection, though, up and out of the zone, and there'll be no penalty coming here for delay of game, as it did hit a stick on the way out. So, with 4:56 left to go here in the first, it's a defensive zone draw for the Falcons. Puck's going to be dropped there at the far dot to Speaker's left. Shots 12-2 in the Falcons' favor right now. One back by the Falcons, and Marchuka will curl with it behind his own net, working that up to Finkelstein at the near half wall. He turns, tries to hit a streaking Samosi. Instead, Brandywine cuts out the play initially, but now the puck rolls through the neutral zone, and Brandywine can just dump right back in. Icing waved here as that puck was rolling slowly. And, of course, at a tournament, they do want these games to play on as much as possible. It's Marchuka with the puck on his stick, skates it all the way into the neutral zone, and finally a third Brandywine defender takes the puck off him, but he picks it right back up in the neutral zone from Finkelstein. Marchuka breaks into the offensive zone. Puck rolls off his stick, and Samosi there to jam it farther as the Outlaws will take over in the near corner. Puck flipped up and out of the zone, hits the dasher, and comes over to O'Day in the neutral zone. O'Day now on the puck. Flicks it over to Marchuka. Marchuka breaks into the zone, taken out of the play, no call coming. It's O'Day. He's got Samosi with him, tries to thread it to him, but it hits a shin pad. Even so, the Falcons able to keep the zone. It's Marchuka now at the far point. He sends one in looking for a deflection. Finkelstein just misses the rebound there, and Samosi will keep the zone. It's Samosi now dumping that puck in deeper at the near corner. Outlaws pick it up there. They'll reverse it over to the weak side. O'Day pinches in to keep the zone. A good pinch by him as Finkelstein stays back to cover for him on defense. Now Samosi at the far corner, able to work that up to O'Day at the far point. Shot comes in. Finkelstein deflects it just wide. Might have been a kick save there. Marchuka pinches in to keep the zone. Brandywine desperate to get the puck out now as they rack it around all the way over to the weak side. O'Day again keeps the zone, though, and the puck just sits at the far half wall momentarily until the momentum of bodies sends it up to the blue line, but not out yet. O'Day works the puck farther in, and it comes to Finkelstein at the far half wall, who jams it again, and the puck still sitting over there until the Falcons do catch it. Marchuka all alone there at the near point. Pass just behind him, though, and so he'll curl into the neutral zone as we tick on. Just 3 minutes left to go here in the first period. Marchuka breaks on in, sends that over to the slot. Puck finds Vigliotti. Slapper comes in, goes wide. It comes to Marchuka, who tucks it home. That's a Falcons goal. Oh, my. Luke Marchuka doing the dirty work down low. He was ready on that far post and able to tuck that puck home after the Vigliotti slapper went just wide. So, with 2:54 left to go here in the first, it's Falcons 4, Outlaws nothing. Ensuing face-off. One forward. Vigliotti on the puck. Pours in the offensive zone now and sends it in deeper. Falcons try and get that puck back here in the near corner. Outlaws, though, get in the way. Send that all the way over to the weak side. It's O'Day once again tucking that puck farther into the zone. It's kept there by Berliner. Berliner on the puck. He's on the forehand. Dangles around one man. Tries to get into the blue paint. Outlaws send him wide. So he sends it over to Vigliotti at the near half wall. Puck just hops over his stick, and Platt will track back in the neutral zone to pick up the puck. It's Platt now in the neutral zone. He's got a man on him. Vigliotti chops that out of the air, looking for Berliner. Rolling puck does stay in the zone. No whistle for offside, and now it's Platt on the puck, trying to work that puck in deeper. And instead, it comes all the way over to O'Day at the far point. Shot comes in, finds Berliner. Oh, saved nicely there as the puck's still loose, and some checking right in the blue paint. Puck's still loose, goalie down. Goalie's back up now for the Outlaws. Sticks loose, though, for the Outlaws goalie. That goalie will be able to pick it up now as the Outlaws are able to leave the zone. All the way into the offensive zone come the Outlaws. They're in on Speaker. He's able to shut down the near post there, and it'll be O'Day picking up the puck, coming right back the other way. Falcons will make a change here as Berliner in on the forecheck, gums up the play, keeps it in the zone. It's O'Day staying out there with him as the other three Falcons do make a change. The Outlaws come right back the other way, and it'll be Platt getting in the way there too. I guess he stayed out at that change. 90 seconds left to go here in the first period as the Outlaws try to tuck something home here behind the net. It's three Falcons all over their Outlaw man, though, taking the puck off of him. And it just sits at the end walls momentarily. Speaker keeps looking behind him. No work coming, though, as the Falcons are able to get possession of the puck and skate it all the way out of the zone. Big hook there. And we do eventually get a call, and that'll be our first penalty of the game. It'll be hooking on the Outlaws as that stick got caught up and under the arm of a Falcons player. Well, as you know, penalties in this tournament are a minute and a half long, and so they've put a minute and a half on the board. Falcons up 4 goals, now up a man here on the power play. Falcons win that face-off back. It's Marchuka on the puck. He goes point to point. It's kept in there by Platt. Platt now dumps that puck in deeper. It's Finkelstein at the far corner trying to work that up towards Samosi. Samosi gets to the puck first at the far point and dumps it in deeper. Now Finkelstein gives chase. Outlaws get there first, but they can't get past Platt at the far point. Puck now comes over to Samosi. Curls up on the forehand, hits a body in front. Oh, a wonderful block by the Outlaws. Keeps that puck from getting to the goalie. It's Samosi, though, at the end boards. Now the far corner picks up the puck again and tries to work it up to the point. Brandywine, though, comes away with it. Marchuka over to cover. He's able to send that right back on the strong side and finds Samosi after finding Finkelstein. But the Outlaws do come the other way. 23 seconds left to go. They're in the offensive zone. They send a shot in on Speaker. He gets down, just kicks that aside. Marchuka picks up the rebound, and we play on. It's Marchuka with speed through the neutral zone, gaining the offensive zone. He's got Samosi streaking down the slot. Puck just comes off his stick at the last second. Samosi there nearly tucks it home, hits his body in front, almost bundled it over the line. Ensuing shot hits a body, goes wide of the cage. It's Finkelstein now as this period comes to a close, and that'll do it for the first. After one, it's the New York City Falcons 4, the Brandywine Outlaws 0. Stick around. We're going to do it all over again here in just a minute, despite what your clock says. We'll be right back. Well, we're getting set here for puck drop in period 2 from Westchester, PA. A reset if you're just joining us. Falcons put up 4 there in the first period. Still have 23 seconds left to go on the man advantage to start this period of the long change. Goalies checked, and we're going to be ready to roll here as the scorekeeper's checked as well. It's Berliner to take this face-off. He's got Samosi to his left, Finkelstein to his right. Berliner wins that puck back. Looks like to O'Day. O'Day comes through the neutral zone, works it forward to Samosi, but the Falcons break in just offside. And so we'll get a stoppage in play with 12:53 left to go here in the second. Still 17 seconds left to go on the man advantage for the Falcons. Face-off, one back toward Platt. Platt on the puck in the neutral zone, trying to work that in deep. He finds Samosi at the top of the slot. Samosi tries to go around his man. O'Day pinches in to keep the zone. He does momentarily. Brandywine able to use the boards, though, and get that puck out. So Platt will track back at center ice to pick up the puck. Big forecheck there by Brandywine. Gums up the play. Falcons are eventually able to put that into the zone, but we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Just 30 seconds into this one. Puck sits at the near half wall. Finkelstein over to help O'Day. Try to work that puck in farther. It's Finkelstein now on the puck as 3 Brandywine defenders able to take it off of him, but it only comes so far as Platt. Now it's Berliner breaking right back in on the puck, tucking it farther. Brandywine will have to pick up behind their net. Berliner on the puck again in the offensive zone. The far corner gets caught in the linesman's skates, but Platt will keep the zone and send that puck back to Berliner, who returns the favor up to Platt. Platt walks the line just a bit, tries to get some purchase to shoot. He does on the second time, hits a body in front, goes wide of the cage, and Berliner looks to pick it up now. A lot of good offensive zone time here for the Falcons a minute into this one. It's Berliner curling with the puck, looking for a teammate. He finds Platt up top. Platt sends a long, high shot in. It's gloved down there by the Outlaws, and it's now Finkelstein laying the wood in the far corner, along with Berliner at the far half wall. Samosi in on his man, takes him up against the glass. We're going to get a call as his man turned at the last second. So it's going to be a penalty here on the Falcons with Samosi going to the box. Samosi explaining to the official that his man turned right there at the last second, but it's going to be a rough. And so Falcons will go down a man here. And it's going to be an offensive zone draw for Brandywine with 11:30 left to go in this game. It's period. Second period, that is. 11:30 left to go in this game. Second period. You knew what I meant. Face off at the far dot here to Speaker's right. Puck's dropped, won by the Falcons, back to the far corner, but it comes up to the far point for the Outlaws, looking to get a shot off instead. O'Day's going to come away with this and skate it all the way through the neutral zone. O'Day on the puck, down a man, into the top of the slot, dangles around his man, still trying to get a shot off, goes behind the cage, happy to kill some time down low as the puck sits at the end boards, and now Brandywine will take over. Brandywine in their own zone, looking to skate this out. Harassed on the forecheck there by the Falcons, and Vigliotti at the blue line forces a pass. Diagonal pass comes right back up through the Falcons, and it's going to cross the line, but we're going to get icing waved as that was slow skated by the Outlaws. The Outlaws now trying to skate this puck out of the zone. They do try a weak side pass. It connects. They're up to their blue line. Not out just yet. Until now, they're in the neutral zone, are the Outlaws, working it all the way into the offensive zone, looking to get a shot off. Long stick of O'Day prevents the initial shot. 2 Outlaws right in the blue paint, waiting for a pass. It comes up to the far point. Shot comes in, trickles just wide after hitting a few sticks in front. Never threatens Speaker at the goal mouth. Now it's Marchuka working that puck back toward O'Day. O'Day's on the puck, tries to work that up and out of the zone, chips it farther to the near half wall, and it's Vigliotti in to shepherd it farther. Puck comes all the way over to Vigliotti. Now Vigliotti with speed. He's got Marchuka with him, crosses the blue line, does Vigliotti. Vigliotti shoots, goes just high of the cage. 13 seconds left to go here on the man advantage for Brandywine. It will be the Falcons picking that puck up again in the neutral zone, working it toward Marchuka. Then Brandywine cuts out the pass, and so it will be Zavel now working right in front of the scorer's table as we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. It's Marchuka who picks up the puck at his own blue line. He goes point to point with O'Day. O'Day with some ice in front of him will gain the line and send it all the way in as we play on. Puck comes up to the slot. Weird carom there. Almost tucked home by Finkelstein. Instead, Brandywine lives to fight another day, but we're going to get a call here as there were some bodies down behind the net. We'll see what the call here is on the Outlaws, who look to be going to the box. Waiting for a gesture here. But given all the other calls so far, you'd expect it to be roughing. Well, still 5 skaters on the ice for both teams. Nobody in the box, so looks like maybe the net just came off its moorings. In any event, we play on 5-on-5 hockey. It's Samosi at the far circle. Top of it, tries to get the shot off. Instead, puck rolls off his stick at the last second. He gathers it, sends it right back up to the point. Shot comes in, hits a body in front. Finkelstein tries to clean up the rebound. He's got 2 men all over him. Can't get on the wraparound. Instead, Brandywine sends it wide over to O'Day. O'Day lasers a shot wide of the cage, looking for a deflection. And so it'll be Platt pinching in to pick up the puck at the far dot. It's Platt on the backhand in the slot, working it over farther. And now it'll be O'Day coming in and working that puck down to Finkelstein. Finkelstein tries to go around. Instead, it comes back to O'Day, who works that over toward Platt again. Brandywine, though, will come away with it. They'll send it all the way down, and we should get an icing. We do, with 8:54 left to go here in the middle frame. It's going to be an offensive zone draw for the Falcons. They'll get 5 new skaters out there, or at least finish their line change, that is. Shots 18-4 in the Falcons' favor. Sometimes that doesn't tell the story, but it seems to have so far in this game. Still a lot of game left, though. Early days here in Westchester, PA. Puck comes out of the offensive zone after Brandywine's able to clear, and it's Marchuka working that puck diagonally up toward Berliner. He finds him there, taps it farther into the offensive zone, but we'll get an offside call, it looks like, on the Falcons. And so we get another stoppage in play here with 8:41 left to go in the second. It's a face-off just outside the offensive zone for those Falcons. Now it's 1 forward by the Falcons. Vigliotti gives chase on the forecheck. Brandywine sends it out of the zone through the neutral zone, and it comes all the way back into the Falcons' defensive zone. It's Vigliotti on the puck. He'll curl behind his net. He reverses it over for Marchuka. Puck stays there in the defensive slot. Marchuka's able to skate it up to the blue line, dancing around 2 men through the neutral zone. He's got a man all over him. He's still going as Luke Marchuka, and he leaves it there. Vigliotti shoots, and it's a nice save from the Outlaws netminder with 8:17 left to go here in the second. So it'll be a face-off at the far dot in the offensive zone here for the Falcons. Puck's dropped, one there by Brandywine, back to the far corner, and they'll tap it around weak side as Platt tries to get in the way of that breakout. He does. Vigliotti able to keep the zone momentarily, but now Brandywine pours forward on the puck. Brandywine at center ice. A nice backhand pass creates a 2-on-2, but O'Day with the long reach able to poke check that off a Brandywine stick. They keep the zone, does Brandywine. They work it up to the far point. Puck sits at the far point momentarily, comes down to the far corner, and then it's worked out by the Falcons. Berliner will give chase on the forecheck as the puck comes diagonally right back up through the neutral zone. Platt on the puck there, leaves it for Berliner. Berliner collects, tries to work that back. He does, finds Vigliotti, who works that to the weak side. It's O'Day now in the neutral zone with the puck. He crosses into the offensive zone. He's on the forehand, curls into the slot, goes just wide. A nice screen shot, just misses the cage, and O'Day goes in to pick up a loose change. It's Samosi now on the backhand at the far side of the rink, works that up to the far point through Platt, who dumps it right back towards Samosi. Samosi looking for Berliner in the bumper position, even though it's not a power play. It'll be Platt working that deeper to O'Day. O'Day shoots, goes just high of the cage. Comes over to Finkelstein now at the far point. Falcons able to make a change with the puck in the offensive zone here. And we'll get a stoppage in play after a nice glove save with 7:05 left to go in the second. It'll be an offensive zone draw for those Falcons. Looks like it'll be Marchuka and O'Day on defense. Samosi out there. All right, well, we're getting our player personnel for both teams sorted out there on the ice. We do, and the officials drop the puck. Comes over to the near point, O'Day. He loads up, sends a low shot in, looking for a deflection or a rebound. It's kicked aside there nicely by the Outlaws netminder, and it comes up to the blue line, but not out just yet. It's Zavell able to keep that puck in, dump it deeper. He's got 2 Outlaws all over him. Keeps trying to tuck it farther. He does. Finkelstein picks it up, looks into the slot. Samosi handcuffed, but it comes up to Marchuka. He shoots. It's saved nicely there by the Outlaws netminder, not once but twice, and they look to pick it up and get it out of the zone. The Outlaws able to work that up into the high slot. Marchuka, though, able to keep the zone until the Outlaws do finally break out in the neutral zone, And they're coming all the way into the offensive zone are the Outlaws. They'll curl into the slot. Shot comes in, hits a body in front, goes wide. Marchuka looks to pick it up, and now O'Day behind his own cage. Outlaws in the way as Marchuka will send that weak side, and Samosi now goes in at the far half wall to try and get that puck out of the zone. Instead, it comes all the way over to the weak side through O'Day. O'Day on the puck. Goes around one man and then chips it all the way up to Zvel. Zvel on the puck, breaks into the offensive end. Zvel dumps that puck in deep after taking a hit to make the play. Samosi will pick it up behind the Outlaws' net and then look for a teammate out front. Nearly hits a skate and tucks it home. Instead, the puck stays out, and the Outlaws look to break out of the zone now. Just under 6 minutes left to play here in the second. Puck rolls into the high slot. O'Day sticks that aside over toward Marchuka. Marchuka will collect and skate the puck behind his own net. He's on the backhand is Marchuka. He'll go around another man and get the puck out of the zone. Some fancy skating there. Got the Falcons out of a jam. Marchuka all the way into the offensive zone. He dangles one man through his legs. Oh, he nearly tucked that puck home. It's saved nicely instead, though, by the Outlaws netminder. That was a 200-foot play there by Luke Marchuka. Comes up to the blue line and out of the zone for the Outlaws. Falcons look to take over again. It's Seville dumping that puck in, and they'll be able to make a change, will the Falcons, with just over 5 minutes left to play here in the second. Big hit there in the far corner as Samosi's able to take the puck off his man. Berliner now in behind the net. He's on the backhand is Berliner looking for a teammate. Platt's pinched all the way in. Berliner instead cycles it deeper for Samosi as that passing lane must have been cut off, and the Outlaws will come away with it now all the way up to the near point. It's kept in by Vigliotti there at the near point. Outlaws this time will try weak side, and Platt will chase down that puck in the neutral zone. He's got Vigliotti back there with him to go point to point. Instead, he works it up strong side toward Berliner, and it's fired in, and the Falcons will dump it and chase it in the offensive zone. It's the Outlaws trying to get that puck out. Bouncing puck does evade all sticks and come into the neutral zone. It's the Outlaws now trying to get some momentum going forward. And Finkelstein able to gum up the play on the backhand, work that puck over toward the blue line, but now it's the Outlaws dumping it in, and the Falcons will have to recover it in their own end. Falcons on the puck momentarily, comes over toward Finkelstein, who's on the forehand. Nice threaded pass to Berliner, who settles the puck down. He's got a 2-on-2 developing here. And it's the Falcons in the offensive zone. Still a 2-on-2, trying to curl toward the cage. Pass comes over to the slot. There it is for Platt. He shoots. Oh, he hits a body in front. Couldn't get that through. A good look for him and a better block by the Outlaws defender. Puck stays in the offensive zone here for the Falcons as Berliner takes the puck off his man momentarily. But now the Outlaws will try and get this puck out of the zone. It's threaded up to the near point. It's Finkelstein. He's able to settle that puck down, shoot in, and just go wide of the cage. Falcons now try and pick that puck up again in the offensive zone. They're curling into the high slot. Puck comes up to Platt there, who dumps that puck deeper. But the Outlaws will skate this out of the zone. The Outlaws now with a 2-on-1 developing out of nowhere. It's Vigliotti back. Vigliotti chops at his man. They go around Speaker, and they're able to tuck that home. Well, the Outlaws score there. And just like that, it's the Falcons 4, Outlaws 1 with 3:21 left to go here in the second period. Well, as we said before, a lot of hockey left to play here in Westchester, PA. And nobody told the Outlaws to quit, and they certainly, didn't. Outlaws waiting for their fifth skater to come on the ice here. That explains the delay. So here we go. Ensuing faceoff will be Berliner at the dot there as the officials wait for both players to get set. Puck's dropped, one forward by the Falcons, and it'll be Zvel trying to get on the puck. Instead, the Outlaws send that forward into the offensive zone, and it's cut out there by O'Day. O'Day finds Samosi. Samosi breaks into the offensive end. Samosi goes toward the cage, tries to round the netminder. Oh, it's chopped off his stick at the last second. A good defensive play there by the Outlaws. Now the puck comes all the way up to the near point. O'Day able to keep the zone, dance around his man, and leave it there for Zvel. Now it comes into the slot. It's Berliner on the puck. He shoots. Puck's tapped in. Oh, a wonderful score there by the Falcons. Looks like it might have been Rafi Samosi who tucked that one home. We'll have to see. On the handshake line. Nope, not going to go to the bench to celebrate. And so, unclear whether it was Samosi or O'Day who tucked that home after Berliner had curled to the slot, taking a nice shot. In any event, Falcons don't mind. They got that goal back almost immediately. So with 2:49 left to go here in the second period. Falcons back to their 4-goal lead. Face-off, one forward by Berliner. He pours in the offensive zone, trying to get that puck back. He does find Samosi at the near dot. Samosi on the puck. Stays strong on the skates, and now takes the puck all the way to the far corner, looking into the slot for a man in front. It's Savell in front, trying to find him. Instead, it'll be Marchuka that pinches in. He's on the forehand. He sends that shot. Nice leg save on Marchuka there. The big right pad of the Outlaws netminder, but Marchuka stays at the blue line, able to keep the zone. A wonderful play there as the puck does eventually roll to the neutral zone, and it'll be O'Day picking it up. He can go point to point with Marchuka. O'Day, though, tries to feather that up weak side. It's cut out by the Outlaws, so he'll just dump that rolling puck right back in. Just over 2 minutes left to play here in the second, as Marchuka able to rack that all the way around and out of the zone. And he finds Zavell, who finds Samosi. It's Samosi in the offensive end, streaking toward the net again, looking for a teammate in the slot. He finds O'Day on the far side of the ice. It's O'Day working it back over towards Samosi. Samosi on the puck. Oh, wonderful pass there. He finds Berliner, who tucks that home just like that. The Falcons score again. Boy, that was tic-tac-toe there. Samosi picked his man out, and he was able to find Berliner, who made no doubt about it. And now the Falcons with a 5-goal lead near the end of the second period here at Iceline Arena. Some discussion at the Falcons bench about mouthpieces, and presumably the referees will start calling penalties if the mouthpieces don't stay in. Well, it's the Outlaws winning that ensuing faceoff, at least possession of it, streaking through the offensive zone, but cut out there by Samosi and Platt. Outlaws still on the puck in the offensive zone. They curl behind Speaker's net. They throw it into the slot. Speaker dives on that puck as the Outlaws jump over him. And with 1:25 left to go here in the second period, we might have a running clock already. Bit surprising here in the second period to run the clock, but that is what we're doing. And so now the clock stops. Let's see, it was a quick shot there on Speaker. He was able to make the save, and so that rolling puck gloved by him will do it all over again here, as the clock has indeed stopped at 1 minute and 15 seconds left. Referee explaining the lines on the circle to the players, where they need to stand for this drop. Of course, the players know that, but if they can cheat an inch, that gets them an inch closer to where they want to be. Faceoff goes just wide of the cage. Samosi picks up the puck on his forehand, works that out of the zone, still has the puck, works it through the neutral zone into the offensive zone, and the Falcons do keep the zone. It's Finkelstein on the puck. He shoots just wide of the cage. 1 minute left to play here in the second period, as Platt's able to keep the zone. Comes down to Finkelstein. Finkelstein there looking for a man in front. Hits a Brandywine body, and now it's a breakaway the other way. O'Day out there, able to gum up that play on a line change. Wonderful defensive play there by O'Day. And the Falcons turn right the other way into the offensive zone. It's Vigliotti lurking at the net front, battling with his man. And Platt shoots one just wide of the cage, looking for a deflection. Finkelstein will go to try to recover on the far half wall. It's Finkelstein on the puck. It's worked all the way up toward O'Day on the far point now as O'Day pinches in, and he finds Finkelstein. But the puck rolls off both sticks after a big hit and sits at the offensive blue line for the Falcons. They break right back in. Vigliotti on the puck. He's got O'Day in the slot, but he's bodied off as the puck rolls to the end boards. And you knew Vigliotti was going to take his pound of flesh after he was rubbed off the puck. He did. Just 9 seconds left to go, though, here in the second period as the Outlaws try to get that puck into the offensive zone. They're not going to have enough time here as the buzzer's going to go. So after 2, it's the Falcons 6, the Outlaws 1. Stick around for the third period. We'll get it going here in just 1 minute. Well, we're set here for puck drop in period 3. 13 more minutes on the board. Final frame as the Falcons look to try and shepherd themselves to victory in this middle game of the round-robin portion of the Denis Duplanti tournament. But don't forget to tune in tonight at 7 p.m. as the New York City Falcons are back in action against the South Jersey Stingers, who are 1-0 so far in this tournament, having beaten the very team the Falcons are playing right now. Falcons rubbed off the puck. Outlaws come in. They're in on Speaker. He's able to shut that down with the top of the stick, or perhaps the blocker, and it rolls all the way over to the far corner. And that's where O'Day picks it up and works behind his own net. O'Day on the backhand. He's got Zavell in front of him, and O'Day takes it all the way into the offensive zone. He's in the slot, sends that bouncing puck in. A nice save, tricky save there for the Outlaws netminder. And it'll be the Falcons picking that puck right back up. We're going to get a hooking call, it looks like here, but the Falcons keep the zone. Speaker will leave the ice for that sixth skater. They'll get that sixth skater out. Shot comes in off the stick of Zavell, and it'll be picked back up momentarily by the Falcons. But the Outlaws do touch up, and so with 12:08 left to go here in the third period, it'll be the Falcons going to the man advantage. And with an offensive zone draw coming up. Indeed, it was a hook, and so for a minute and a half, unless the Falcons score, it's going to be a power play for them. Finkelstein onto the ice to be the left winger out there. He's got Zavell, Berliner, O'Day, and Samosi as the other skaters. One forward toward Finkelstein. Can't quite pull the trigger. Berliner shepherds that up to the blue line. It's O'Day. He loads up. He shoots. It hits a body, and we'll get a stoppage in play as that hit a body and then hit the netting just above the glass. Should be an offensive zone draw here at the near circle. It will be. Same five skaters stay out there for the Falcons. It's Berliner at the near dot. Officials waiting for all players to get set. And they are. Berliner wins that over to the near half wall and then pours forward to pick up the puck. He does. Tries to send a pass into the slot. Hits a body, so Finkelstein goes to collect in the far corner. Puck sits at the far corner, comes up to the far half wall, and the Outlaws able to get that out of the zone. Now they're through the zone with some speed. O'Day will go over to cover as that puck's tapped even farther along by Zavell. A nice defensive play by him to recover after the Outlaws had some speed in the neutral zone. Outlaws still with the puck. They'll dump that all the way into the offensive zone. And now we'll get a call here at the center of the ice. See what the call is and who's going to the box. Looks like it's going to be a drop in the Falcon zone, so it'll be O'Day to the box here. Might have been a high stick. Yes, indeed, it was. And so this is going to be dropped in the offensive zone for the Outlaws. And we'll have some 4-on-4 hockey here for 50 seconds, and then for 40 seconds, the Outlaws will be on the power play. All right, offensive zone draw upcoming for the Outlaws to Speaker's right. Puck's dropped, and the Outlaws win it up to the near point. They go point to point there. Try and send the shot in. It's 4-on-4 hockey. A lot of space out there. It's Sam Berliner now with speed through the neutral zone. In the offensive zone, it's a breakaway. Tries to dance around the Outlaws goaltender. He's shut down with a big left leg pad. A wonderful breakaway save there by the Outlaws. And now it's the Falcons pouring right back in on the stick of Platt. Platt has the puck, goes behind the net, throws it in front, finds an Outlaw stick though, and now the Outlaws will break the other way, out of the zone. Samosi now on the puck in the neutral zone. It's Samosi with the puck, bodies his man off the puck, comes into the defensive end, but he's able to send that up and out of the zone for Berliner. Berliner on the puck, he gets into the offensive zone, he'll dump in, just 7 seconds left to go on 4-on-4 hockey until the Outlaws go on the man advantage. Falcons just eating up time off this clock in the offensive zone. Puck sits at the end boards. Berliner has the puck again. He's on the forehand here at the near half wall. Curls around to the backhand. He's in the high slot now, looking for a teammate. It's Platt who fires that. It's deflected, sits in the blue paint. Couldn't be tucked home initially by the Falcons, but the puck is loose. Outlaws on a power play now, and they've got a 2-on-1 developing. It's the Falcons hurrying to get back. Instead, the Outlaws try and come in. Platt with a wonderful save. And then Speaker with the follow-up save and the leg pad. The Falcons will come right back the other way. Finkelstein bodied off the puck there. Heavy hit, shoulder to shoulder, right along the glass in front of the camera well. It'll be Samosi picking up the puck. Just 2 seconds left to go on the Outlaws man advantage. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey as Vigliotti returns the pass to Samosi, tries to break forward on the give and go. Hits him on the backhand. Samosi comes all the way up to the high slot. He's still on the backhand, looking to get on the forehand. Puck comes over toward O'Day, who shoots, and it's gloved there by the Outlaws netminder. And so with 9:41 left to play here in the final frame, the intensity certainly has picked up. But it's still a 5-goal game, as it'll be an offensive zone draw for the Falcons. Now the puck comes over to the slot. It's tipped forward. Shot on goal there. Saved nicely by the blocker of the Outlaws netminder. And it's Vigliotti working that toward the slot. Puck rolls in just wide of the cage. Falcons look to pick it up and send it right back out to the slot. And it's Platt waiting for it at the point. And it sends a slapper in, nearly deflected up and in by the Falcons. Instead, it's tapped farther by the Outlaws out of the zone. And Vigliotti will go back to recover this puck. He's got O'Day waiting back there with him. He could go point to point. He skates it behind his own net. 9:11 left to go in this game as Vigliotti works that up through the neutral zone, just out of the reach, looks like, of Samosi. And so we'll get a stoppage in play with 9:03 left to go in the third. And a Falcons icing. It's going to be a defensive zone draw for those New York City Falcons right here at the near point. Some tired skaters out there as both teams played yesterday. And this qualified as an early morning game. Certainly when you're 14 or 15 years old, waking up at 8 a.m. on a weekend to get here is no easy do. It's the Outlaws winning that face-off, trying to go point to point there. Instead, though, it's cut out by Zvel. Zvel in the forehand, looking for Vigliotti. Can't thread it through at the first attempt, and the Outlaws take over at the side of the cage. Outlaws now at the far half wall in their own zone, but with speed. They've got a 3-on-2, a 4-on-2 if they hurry. They're into the offensive zone, are the Outlaws? Puck bounces just a bit, and then it's kicked in the slot. And can't find any Outlaw stick at first. The Outlaws, though, try and send it in up off Speaker's shoulder. He's able to shoulder that up into the air and then into his glove. So with 8:33 left to go here in the third period, it's going to be an offensive zone draw for the Outlaws. Shots 32-10 in the Falcons' favor right now. Outlaws getting a couple of good looks. But they'll need to do more here in the last 8 minutes of this one to try and get back into it. It's the Outlaws now in the offensive zone at the end wall, throwing that in front. Puck sits in the blue paint. It's covered nicely there by Speaker with some help from his teammates. O'Day able to shepherd that into his glove, and Speaker just throws the big mitt on top of it, and we get a stoppage in play with 8:20 left to go here in the third period. Another offensive zone draw upcoming for the Outlaws. Puck one up to the high slot. Shot comes in. It's deflected there. Doesn't reach the goal mouth. And the Falcons just trying to get that puck out of the zone. They do. They look up. They hit the stick of Zvel, who's able to tap that all the way into the offensive zone. And the Outlaws will have to pick it up in their own end. They're unable to get past Vigliotti. Puck now comes up to O'Day at the far point. O'Day shoots, goes just wide of the cage there. And it'll be Platt pinching in to keep the puck in the zone. Vigliotti replaces him at the near point. Falcons work that all the way around to the weak side. Puck sits there momentarily at the far half wall. O'Day tries to work it farther. The Falcons are able to keep the zone momentarily, at least. The Outlaws try and send that out. Bodies flying everywhere here at the blue line as the puck just caroms around like a ping pong ball. And the Falcons able to work that right back into the zone. Vigliotti sets up shop right in front of the cage again. It's the Outlaws trying to get that puck out of the zone. Can't get past Zvel at first. The puck hops up, over, and in. Oh, that puck's in the back of the net. Looks like it's Vigliotti who scores there. And the Falcons take a 6-goal lead with 7:14 left to go in this one. It looks like indeed the clock will start to run now that it's a 6-goal lead. Now it'll be Berliner at center ice to take this draw. Puck's dropped, and it's Samosi with the puck at center ice. He's got the puck on his forehand as he breaks into the offensive zone. He's on the backhand now, goes all the way around to the far corner, tries to work that for Berliner in front. Instead, picks up the puck again, throws it through the slot, can't find a stick. Falcons will have to pick it up again in the offensive zone. Comes up to O'Day. O'Day has the puck on his stick there on the forehand. He sends a shot in, and it's saved nicely there by the Outlaws netminder. It's tucked home by the Falcons, but probably not before a whistle went. And so we get a stoppage in play here, but not a stoppage on the clock, as it's going to be an offensive zone draw for the Falcons. It was a good save there by the Outlaws netminder, keeping that puck out. Only tucked in by the Falcons after the whistle had gone and the goalie had moved out of the way. Berliner sent off the ice here. Looks like perhaps for a mouth guard issue. And so, that's pure speculation, of course. But it'll be Vigliotti out there. Take his place with Savell, taking this draw. Now the official sending Zavell off the ice. We're going to have a call here, it looks like. Now the clock continues. Oh, now it's stopped. Let's see, we're at 5:16 as the official talks to the Falcons bench about the mouth guards. Some disagreement between the officials and the Falcons bench. And it looks like we've got the personnel set here for all the players, and so the puck is dropped. It's one forward there by the Falcons. And now it's Finkelstein fighting to get that puck back on a back check as the Outlaws come through the neutral zone. The Falcons get it right back into the offensive zone, looking for a pass into the slot. It comes up to Vigliotti, tries a heavy shot. It's deflected wide. Now the Outlaws try to get on the puck. They do in the far corner and work it up toward Samosi. No call coming as that puck was right at the stick of the Outlaws player, and so we play on. And it'll be Vigliotti on the puck with speed in his own end, skating through the neutral zone now. It's rubbed off his stick just at the last second there, so the Falcons pick it up again in the neutral zone and dump that puck in, but we'll get an offside call with 4:36 left to go here in the third period as the clock continues to run. Well, it's going to be a face-off just outside the offensive zone here for the Falcons, as the air's kind of come out of the building late in this third period. But it's Finkelstein trying to put that air back in, and he shoots, and it's saved nicely there by the Brandywine netminder, who will buy a whistle as two Falcons were lurking at the net front. So it'll be an offensive zone draw here for the Falcons with 4 minutes left to go and a running clock in this one. Falcons look to win this on the backhand. They do toward Finkelstein. Finkelstein sends it up to the near point, and O'Day. O'Day sends that shot just wide of the cage. And now the Falcons will work that puck in deeper. They pick it up there, do the Falcons, behind the Outlaws' net, and they'll curl momentarily and try and tuck that home. Finkelstein there trying to jam it home, but instead it's covered, and the Outlaws will move him out of the blue paint after he tried to tuck that one home. And so got a running 3:23 left to go here in the third period. It's an important win here for the Falcons, though, as it's probably going to take an undefeated record to make the championship game. There are 6 teams in this division, but there is just one playoff game, and that's the championship, which is to say 4 teams will only play 3 games in this tournament, and 2 teams will play 4, that 4th game being the championship. So if you want to make it, almost certainly going to have to win all 3 games to get there. In any event, the third and final round-robin game of this tournament is tonight on Midnight Sports, subject to carrier restrictions, at 7 p.m. from the Patriot Ice Center in Newark, Delaware. Please do tune in. We so appreciate you joining us this morning after a late night last night. It's the Falcons trying to keep the zone through O'Day. They do. It's tucked farther by him. And Finkelstein looks to pick it up now at the near half wall. The Outlaws now on the puck. They're able to get that out of the zone as the puck comes all the way down. Icing waved off, as it should be with a running clock anyway. And it's sent all the way to the weak side by the Falcons, but we're going to get a call here, and it's going to be a slash, it looks like, on the Outlaws into the box. Must have been behind the play. Did not see that one, but looks like it might have been a slash out of frustration there. Still a conversation going on between the Falcons bench and the officials, presumably over the conversation that did not end about the mouth guards. In any event, just a minute 32 left to play in this one as Berliner passes to himself in the far offensive corner, picks up the puck, racks it all the way up to Platt. Platt on the puck there. He's on the forehand as Platt dumps it down deeper for Berliner. Berliner on the puck. Sends it all the way to the side of the cage. Berliner tries to tuck it home. Loose puck in the blue paint. Outlaws able to shepherd that farther into the slot. And now they'll take the puck down a man all the way into the neutral zone. They'll gain the line and dump. And so we'll get a stoppage in play as it looks like Zavell a little slow to get up. Able to skate off the ice on his own power, though. Limping just a bit. Good to see Zavell up on his own power, skating off over toward the bench. So we got a stoppage in play there for what looks to be just a minor injury. Of course, the safety of the players is always paramount here. So it was good that the officials stopped that play to let Zavell get off the ice. Clock continues to run as the officials look to get all players on the ice. They're there. And so the puck's dropped. It's one forward by the Falcons out of the offensive zone. Samosi works it over toward Berliner. Berliner works it in deeper. It's Vigliotti on the forecheck. Puck comes up to O'Day. O'Day on the puck there. He's on the forehand, on the backhand, on the forehand again. Tries to tuck it home. Shut down by the Outlaws netminder. And so it'll be Vigliotti trying to clean up the loose change here with just 5 seconds left to go in this one. Puck's going to come all the way out. 1 second now. And the slapper comes in, goes wide of the cage. Probably wouldn't have counted. Either way, it's a Falcons victory. After 3, we've gone final here at the Iceline Quad Rinks Arena. It's the New York City Falcons 7, the Outlaws 1. Again, tune in tonight, 7 p.m. only on Midnight Sports as the Falcons take on the South Jersey Stingers. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. Until then, stay safe.